Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Check It Out Tuesday. I am your host, Armani Amesqua, also branch manager of Century 21 Everest in Ventura and Santa Paula. Hope everyone is having a great day. Now, today we're going to be talking about the Moxiworks platform. This is a suite that has been introduced to all of our agents in Century 21 Everest. And basically, it's been the next I don't know what I guess I could say it's just the next improvement in technology. Obviously, we emphasize a lot on technology. At least I do. I try to share that with all of you. But there hasn't been this big of a change in quite some time within the Century 21 platform. Obviously, all of us as agents have been used to working with Business Builder and Zap and all those other systems within 21 Online. But Moxiworks is just another level, and I'm really excited to share this with you guys. It was introduced to us at last year's convention in Las Vegas, and it's starting to be rolled out as we speak. So as of today, you guys should have access to it through 21 Online. A couple weeks ago, I did have a Zoom event, and I was kind of going through the whole suite of Moxiworks, where there's 5 tools that are available to you guys to use. One of them was the Moxie website, and that to me is the beginning of what this whole platform will do for you. And what I'm going to do for the next 5 Tech It Out classes that I'll be doing, I will be emphasizing each episode on one of these 5 tools. At the end, you guys should have a good understanding of how the system works, and hopefully you see the value in implementing this into your business. Now, one thing is for certain, that anything you guys do in life, when you start it, the foundation, when you start laying it down, that is probably the most work you're going to do. And the same thing comes down with this. It's all about the setup, spending some time to put the things that you want the website to do for you, whether it be uploading your photos, your graphics, building up your bio, adding your social media links, creating your search parameters for all the property searches on your website. All that, it has to pretty much come from you and create it. But the cool thing is that there's a lot of content, video content, that will help you, guide you through this system. That way you guys can do that in a matter of a couple of hours, and that you'll be set to use this and utilize it and make it part of your daily business model. So with that being said, let's dig into the Moxiworks websites. Now, before I even go into that, I want to talk to you guys about how important it is that you guys know how to direct your clients whenever someone asks you, hey, do you have a website? Now, many of us don't think about, you know what, we need to have some type of a slogan, some type of a brand, some type of a name that it's easy for us to share with someone where they will not forget it. It's not hard to spell. And they could do it right then and there on their phone, either when they're on their smart device, or when they, say, I always use this scenario. You're at the grocery line, you're wearing your name badge, and someone sees it and starts asking you about real estate. You have a 2 or 3 minute conversation, and at the end they say, oh, do you have a card? And you may have one, and you give it to them. You may not. But then you can say, you know what, let me give you my web address, and you can check out all my information on my website. And, one thing is to say, yeah, what's your web address? And then you end up saying something like, yeah, it's www.c21.area51.dre.whatever. No one is going to remember those URLs. And that's usually what happens when you do not purchase your own URL, is you have this one that's issued by a system, and then that's just not the way to go. So I always advise you, the agents, to invest in your own URL, something that you will mold into as part of your branding. For example, mine, just to give you an understanding how I use it, my name is Armani Amesqua. Now, if someone were to ask me what my web address is, I could say, yeah, just go to www.armaniamesqua.com. Now, I know and you know that no one knows how to spell my last name. That's just the way it is. So why would I use that as part of my URL? So I ended up doing something a little different, which I kind of came up with my own branding, which is Armani in the Mix, and that comes from me with my background in music. So I kind of, merged my two worlds together, and now I have ArmaniInTheMix.com. That's easy to remember. It's fun. I'm in the mix as much as I am in the mix in music. I'm also in the mix with community, with real estate business, whichever it may be. It's a good, it adds a little good color to what I'm trying to do. And you guys could do the same. There's many agents that I have spoken to, and they come up with great stories of how they got into the business, or something that is an ode to the family history that they belong to. There's so many ways to come up with names, and the thing I advise you guys to do is when you start thinking about a URL, think of something that you want to establish as a brand, and make it easy, make it short, and then just go from there. And if you don't have any of those, you could always use your name. Just make sure it's easy to spell. There's nothing wrong with doing JohnSmithRealEstate.com or John Sells Ventura County or John Sells VC or whatever it may be. There's so many ways, but do this first. Now, where do you buy these domains or the URLs? Well, the most popular one is GoDaddy. I personally like to use Google Domains, which is this one right here. It is managed by Google, and the reason I like it is because everyone has a Gmail account. So all you have to do is just go to Google Domains, log into your Gmail account, which is right here in the top right corner, and then type in whatever URL you're thinking about buying. In this case, if I was going to say AR Sells VC, right? That's just that doesn't mean anything. I'm just trying it out, and then I click on Get It, and then it's going to show me if that domain is available. And it is telling me that it is available, which is cool. There it is. I could get a arsellsvc.com for $12 a year. And if I do want that, all I do is just click on that, add it to my cart, and then go up to the cart. As you can see, my picture's there because I already logged into my Gmail account. And then I just check out. And there you go. You have the option of buying it for $12 a year. And every year you have to remind yourself to pay it. Or you could just say, you know what, I'm going to be doing this for a long time. I'm just going to go every 5 years and just pay $60, which, we even go all the way to 10 years if you want. So it's all up to you. Either way, you would own this. And here I would just keep the privacy protection on. That way you don't get any solicitations on the mail. And if you don't really want to think about it, you just want to buy it once and have it renew every time it's due, you can leave that out on, or you can take it off. It's all up to you. And then here you just put in your business information and you check out, and it's all yours. You bought the URL, which is awesome. And then from there, we could forward that to the website that you're going to be using. So the next time someone asks you, hey, what's your website? Oh, yeah, just go to arsellsvc.com. And that is it. It's easy as that. So work on that. That would be my number one recommendation before you start anything, is get your URL. Okay? So with that, let's move on. And right now I'm going into 21 Online. Everyone should be able to log into 21 Online. This is our back-end website for all of our agents in Everest. Anytime you need to use the tools, you just go to 21online.com and log in with your first last name at century21.com. You spell that whole email out, and then obviously you put in your password. If you don't know it, if you guys haven't gone in there in a long time, just click on the forgot password, and you should receive an email with a reminder, and you can reestablish your account. So once you are in, how do you get to Moxie? Well, there's a couple of ways to do that. One is I usually just go to menu, and I go to promote yourself. These are all categories, and then it's broken down, and I just go to Moxiworks right here. The other way is using the search bar. So if you already know what you're looking for, you could just type in Moxiworks, and you would just click on that first one, Moxiworks Overview, And this is just a little like landing page for Moxiworks. It tells you what it is, and you just have to go all the way to the bottom, and you're going to click on Moxiworks. And right away, it will take you right in there. Once you log into Moxiworks, you have basically your menu, which is Moxie Present, Moxie Engage, My Website, Impress, Promote, and Directory. The one we are going to concentrate on today is My Website. So let's go to My Website. And where it will take you to is basically the admin section of your website. Here is where you're going to make all the changes and updates, adding content, adding video links, changing the colors of your website, adding logos, adding bios, all that stuff you're going to do in this section. And if you see on the left, you basically have the sections broken down from appearance to homepage to adding site pages, adding images, property lists. This is where you would add, for example, custom searches, like if you wanted to show Santa Paula properties only, you would create that search. If you were going to do Ventura or Camarillo or Westlake Village, you would do that. And I'll show you guys how to do that as we go on this presentation. So, but what I'm going to do right now is I just want to show you guys the website. This is how my website looks. I just been working on this for about a week or so. And right away, you can just tell the quality that it looks new. It looks fresh. It looks like it's in the 2022 era, not like in 1999 or anything like that. So, but you see, the functionality is clean. Obviously, you have this big old search section here, so you could type in any city you want and create and look for property, and everything comes up. It's all there. And this is one of the things that's unique about this, is that it's directly tied into your IDX with your MLS. In this case, we are members of ECCAR, CRMLS, Conejo Valley. I think it's San Fernando. All those areas we have access. So that's the cool thing. But if you notice, I don't know if you guys notice on my homepage, one of the defaults, when people look at your website for the first time, it says something like start your search today or something. Well, I went in there and I changed it and I made it my own. I basically said, this isn't Zillow, it's better. And and I know you guys experience this as well. Every time you speak to a buyer or you're working with them, they're going to send you links from the Zillow website, which it's all fine and dandy. But my goal is to transition them from being a Zillow user to being my website user. And you can try this on your phone, and it's the same thing, the same experience that Zillow provides. And so I wanted to introduce that to my clients. That way they remember, this isn't Zillow, it's better. Give them an incentive to try something new. But again, they're searching for Ventura. They do the search, and voila, they have all the properties that are available at the moment. If they wanted to actually contact an agent, they would contact that little button, and it will go to me because they are on my website. So if they're on the phone and they click on this button, it's going to dial my phone number. If they would rather email me, they click on the email form, put in their information, their phone number, and a little message, and they send it. And you're going to get it as an email as well as a text reminder that you have someone on your website that is inquiring about information. I have already tested this, and it's working great. I have yet to experience any issues. So to me, that's a huge plus. And I think it's something that you guys are really going to see useful. Now, the cool thing is, and this is going on to another episode that we'll do, which is the next one, when we talk about Engage. Now, the Moxie Engage, let me go back to that section. The Moxie Engage is where your CRM lives. This is where your database is at. This is where you will be inputting your clients, your past clients, and so forth. But when people go to your website and they fill out those little, contact me type thing, where do you think that information goes to? It goes to the actual CRM system, which is pretty awesome. And let me show you guys where that goes. So I am in my Moxie Engage, and I just want to look for my people. So I'm just going to go to my people, and it will show you your list of people that have gone to your website, that are following you. So these are my current list of people. I've just started working on this. Like I said last week, so I already have 6 people in here. I did use my wife as a guinea pig, so she is in here. And she actually set herself up to receive neighborhood news for this specific zip code. That way it keeps her informed as what the values are doing in her neighborhood, which is awesome. But as you can see, the minute they fill out something on my website, it'll show up here. I don't even have to put it in. Their name will be in there, their phone number, and an email. And then all I have to do is whenever I come in here, I'll be notified that someone had registered or whatever, and I could go in, click on their name, and then see all their information. And if I need to, obviously I don't have a phone number, so I'm going to try to get a phone number because I inputted this as an email. But at least I have an email, and if I wanted to send something, I could send them an email right away and say, hey, Maria, how are you? And then I can fill out something. They'll receive it, and they'll receive my little email signature on the bottom, and it'll be done. Now, the cool thing is that this whole email setup is tied in to my Gmail account that I use for work, for my real estate business. So when you guys log in to Moxie for the first time, you will go through a setup process. One of the questions that it's going to ask you is, do you use Microsoft Live or do you use Gmail? Pick whichever one you use and just log in with your login credentials, and then the system will be syncing with your email provider, which is really cool. That's really cool. So, all right, so I'm going back to websites, and I'm going to show you the body of the website and just kind of give you the experience of what the consumer will see. Okay, so they're here, and you got your menu on top. Now, this menu can be changed. You could add whatever you want to it. Right now, you have your home, you have your property search. You could go into here to actually just start searching properties, right? I could go, this is Ventura right now, but if I wanted Oxnard, I could zoom in the Oxnard, and then I could actually draw a box and just draw a box around this area. We've all seen this, how this works. And it'll show me properties in Oxnard. Okay, so it's very fast system. It's accurate. Again, it's directly from the MLS, so it's very fast. So that's what I like about this. And then there is the My Active listings. So if I have listings, or if you have listings that are going on, it'll feature that as well. There's a current listing that I have. And then buying and selling tips. This is all automatic, so it's showing up on your website right now when you open it for the first time. And it just has content that they could use to kind of help in the process. There's also a financial calculator. They can type in, whatever they're thinking about purchasing. Rates 6%. Oh my gosh, 30-year loan. But they can manipulate that and make it to whatever they want. Even shows a amortization schedule all the way through. So it's a great financial tool. And again, if you guys leverage this when you speak with your clients, let them know that this stuff is available for them to use, and you end up being the resource, right? That's what we want. There's the About Me section, and here's where you would input your bio. Now, I haven't worked on my bio yet, but that would go right above this line. But on the bottom of that, it has all of my contact information, and also the links to Zillow if they want to look at my reviews and so forth. Then there is my referral network. Now, this is something that I just did before I started this recording. This is a page that I'm creating that will have all of my approved suppliers, contractors, network list. By that I mean like a pool guy, landscaper, roofer, financial planner, lawyer, best Mexican restaurant, all these things that make yourself hyper local, I will have on this page. And that's one thing that I would advise each and every one of you guys to really start building. Start building a trusted network of professionals, contractors, people that you know they do a good job and that you don't mind adding your name to them whenever you're referring them to one of your clients. And don't be shy to let those contractors and business owners know that you're doing that for them, and ask them for the same thing. Ask them to reciprocate what you do for them. Make them realize that you're promoting them and that they should be promoting you at the same time. Okay? So this is going to be something that I'll be recording later on how to do it. But just start right now and start building that network. That way you guys have some content to use. But this is one of the reasons why I think we should all have websites and use them, because I don't know about you, but I receive so many calls, so many texts about people asking me who I know that could do this or do that. And rather than me just sending them a contact through a phone, I would rather say, you know what, just go to my website and click on my referral network, and you're going to see anything that you want available to you. Yes, it may be an extra step for them, but what I want them to know is remember what I do for a living, right? They will see that it is a real estate website, that they will see my picture, they will see my current listings, even though they may not be in the market. They're a past client of mine, but again, it's all about reminding them what you do for a living, because the last thing that you should expect is for them to remember what you do. And I think we've said that time and time again. At least we should be touching on our clients or people, our sphere of influence, at least 4 times a year. And this is just one way of doing it. Okay. And then lastly, there is a section called neighborhood news. Now, this is really cool. This is where if someone of my clients and so forth wants to find out what a property is worth, what they're looking at. Obviously, you want to create a CMA. But if they want to be updated every time there's a sale in the home, I would direct them to this page. I would say, listen, go to my neighborhood section and just fill out your information and sign up. And what will happen is every time there is a sale, a new listing, and so forth, you're going to get emailed and you're going to get a report on what's going on in your neighborhood. And this is how it will look. It'll have a list of what's currently selling, what's sold in the last 30 days, a little map of the section close to where they're at, and gives them a little breakdown graph-wise in the last 12 months of how everything has been moving in that market, and then a final, medium price for that neighborhood. Again, this is something that will be branded entirely to you, but it's just a great value that they get whenever they go to your website. Again, if we don't share this, if we don't direct them to that, then they don't know it's there, and you guys aren't using one of the best tools of this website. Now, remember how I showed you guys how my wife showed up on my CRM system? Well, the reason she got there, the reason she showed up here was because she filled this out. Right? It only took about maybe 15 seconds to fill this out, put in her address, and then sign up. And then within a couple of seconds after that, I got my text message that someone is on my website and they just registered for information. I went into the Engage CRM, and there she was. And it shows me that she just registered for neighborhood news. There you go. It's right there. See, it shows that she's active. 3 hours ago, she did that. And cool. So now I get to maybe follow up with her on a phone call tomorrow, introduce myself, and say, hey, I noticed you signed up for my neighborhood news. Thank you so much. And this is a great tool. And if there's ever anything that you see that you want to ask questions on, feel free to give me a call. I'm just a phone call away, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Right? So this is just an example of what this website is available to do for you. But we got to build it. So the good thing is that you guys really don't have to do a lot. Whenever you go onto the website, A lot of this stuff's already done for you. The only thing you need to worry about really is writing out your bio, making sure the contact information is accurate, and all this stuff right here as far as properties are going to show up automatically. Shows these rates are changing every single day. Those are showing up automatically. You got your neighborhood news that is there already to use. And then you could add, as you get familiar with this website, you could add so many other different things on here. You could add a blog if you want to and start writing about things, or even if you guys are doing videos. Like I know one of my agents in our office, Ventura Rosie, she does a cool real estate blog every couple of weeks, and she could, put these videos on here. And what will happen is as she's adding content to the website, it's going to create more buzz through the search engines. So when someone searches Ventura real estate, anything that has to do with real estate in Ventura is going to pop up. But even more so, if it's relevant new content that is constantly being updated on the website, the Google search engine will pick that up more so than the ones that haven't been touched on for a month or a year or 2 years. So it's a great way to get your presence online. And I don't want to go too long on this, but I want you guys to understand what is available to you. Now, the next step is to actually doing it. So in the comments section below, you will find a couple of links to help you start building this website foundation. And again, you're not designing a website. It's just going to help you add a little bit of content. There's a link down there. It's going to take you to a slew of videos. There are 3 to 5 minute videos, and they're basically teaching you how to create your bio, how to create a property search, how to create a additional page on the website, like the one that I'm doing right here on my referral network, and so forth. And as long as you follow those, you're going to be fine. I will be doing additional classes as we go through this, but right now my goal was to introduce it to you so you guys understand what's available and just get to using it right away as soon as you can. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. I'm going to have all that information in the comment section below. But for right now, this is just a quick overview of what the Moxiworks website can do for you. Okay? So with that, you guys have an awesome rest of your day. And the next Tech It Out class will be coming out in 2 weeks from today. So look out for that. And on that one, we're going to be concentrating on the CRM system, the Moxiworks Engage. Okay. If you have any questions, again, you know where to get a hold of me. Other than that, you guys have an awesome day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.